Okay, so in the last class we started introduction to data structure, right? And discussed about what is data structure, what is algorithm, right? And I think it was clear to you. And in the meanwhile, we understood classification of data structures. There are two categories of data structures: primitive and non-primitive. Primitive data structures are the data structures which are provided by your operating system only, right? Or machine oriented data structures, we can say. Different machines have different architecture for storing integer values, float values, character values, right? Like that. So it will be provided by your operating system or your compiler, which you are using at the time of development, right? So these are called primitive data structures. And in the non-primitive data structures, they are the data structures we designed in the platform only. That means user specific. User has designed those structures, data structures, for different needs. If they want for different use cases, they developed these type of data structures, right? So in the non-primitive data structures we have two categories: linear one and non-linear one. Okay. And what is linear one? Linear data structures are the data structures which stores data into linear fashion in sequential manner, right? And non-linear data structures are the data structures where data are stored in the memory in non-linear fashion. So in the linear one, we have some categories: array, different types of data structures: linear array data structure, linked list, stack, queue. And in case of non-linear data structure, we have graphs and trees, right? So what is primitive data structures? What is written over there? These are basic data structures. I think it is not visible to you. Let me enlarge it. Okay. These are the basic data structures directly operated upon the machine instructions. In general, they are different representation for different computers. We already discussed it. Integer, floating point numbers, character constants, string constant, pointers, and all falls under this category only. We already discussed it, right? And in case of non-primitive data structures, they are more sophisticated data structures. They are derived from primitive data structures. This is the important line. These data structures are derived from primitive data structures only, right? We had incorporated our primitive data structures in some fashion for developing different types of non-primitive data structures, right? Non-primitive data structures emphasize on structuring of a group or homogeneous, right? So we have developed these data structures on the different types of use cases. Like if you want to store some homogeneous type of data, we are having some different data structures developed some different data structures for homogeneous types of information, and for heterogeneous type of information we have some different data structures, right? So we all the non-primitive data structures are developed or created by using our primitive data structure. That means those are basic data structures, and these are user defined data structures, or we can say abstract data structures, which we have developed for our different use cases. For example, if we want to store similar only integer type of values sequentially, we will use array, right? Where input and output will be totally defined by array index, right? If you know the basics of array, you understood my point, right? If you don't, we will discuss it later on, right? Examples of non-primitive are, we already saw it in the graph, in the tree, that list, stack, queue, tree, graphs are the example of primitive data structures. And they are designed for efficient retrieval, or we can say efficient modification to the data structure, efficient searching, efficient sorting of data. So these all are the needs. That's why we on the basis of these needs only we designed those data structures. Like, guys?
Sir,
Yes, bache?
sir, sir, please use sometime both language for complicated words.
Okay, no issue. तो यहाँ पे हमारा कहने का मतलब ये है बच्चे कि हमारी जो डिफरेंट डिफरेंट नीड्स हैं, लाइक हम लोग ने जो हमारे प्रिमिटिव डाटा स्ट्रक्चर्स थे, इंटीजर फ्लोट कैरेक्टर, इनका यूज़ करके हमने कुछ एब्स्ट्रैक्ट डाटा स्ट्रक्चर या फिर यूज़र डिफाइंड डाटा स्ट्रक्चर जिन्हें हम कहते हैं, उनको हमने बनाया। ठीक है, एक मिनट बच्चे, एक मिनट, जस्ट अ मिनट बच्चे। हाँ, तो मैं कह रहा था बच्चे, आप कह रहे हैं कि मिक्स लैंग्वेज यूज़ करते हैं, ठीक है। मैं आपको इंग्लिश में पहले डिस्क्राइब करूंगा, उसके बाद मैं हिंदी में उसको डिस्क्राइब करूंगा। तो यहाँ पर इस वाली स्लाइड में जो हम देख रहे हैं, इसके हिसाब से हम लोगों ने कहा कि भाई हमने प्रिमिटिव डाटा स्ट्रक्चर्स का यूज़ करके, इनकॉर्पोरेट करके या फिर उनको मिक्स करके हमने डिफरेंट डिफरेंट डाटा स्ट्रक्चर्स बनाए डिफरेंट डिफरेंट नीड के लिए, है ना। लाइक लिस्ट का कुछ पर्पज है, लिस्ट जो लिंक लिस्ट है आपकी, वो किसी एक पर्पज के लिए बनी है, स्टैक किसी पर्पज के लिए बनाया गया हमने, क्यू को हमने किसी और पर्पज के लिए बनाया, ट्रीज को किसी और पर्पज के लिए बनाया। तो कुल मिला के जो हमारा मोटो था वो ये था कि हम लोग जो कॉमन मोटो अगर हम निकालें इसमें से कि भाई हमने क्यों नॉन प्रिमिटिव डाटा स्ट्रक्चर्स डिफाइन करे, उसका सीधा सीधा रीज़न ये है कि भाई हमारी कुछ नीड्स थी जिनके बेस पे हमने डिफाइन करा कि भाई हमें हमें सीक्वेंशियल मैनर में डाटा डालना है एरे का यूज़ करके, या फिर नॉन सीक्वेंशियल में डालना है तो ट्री का यूज़ करके, या फिर हमें सर्चिंग एफिशिएंट करनी है, इंडेक्स बेस्ड सर्चिंग करनी है, या फिर नॉन इंडेक्स बेस्ड सर्चिंग करनी है, सॉर्टिंग करनी है, ताकि हम इजीली मैनिपुलेट कर सकें डेटा को, इजीली रिट्रीव कर सकें इंफॉर्मेशन को फ्रॉम डेटा स्ट्रक्चर, राइट। सो उन डिफरेंट डिफरेंट पर्पजेस की वजह से ही हमने ये एब्स्ट्रैक्ट टाइप ऑफ डेटा स्ट्रक्चर्स डिफाइन किए। एब्स्ट्रैक्ट का मतलब जो कि आपको बाय डिफ़ॉल्ट प्रोवाइडेड नहीं होते हैं, वो यूज़र ने क्रिएट करे हैं। जैसे आप फंक्शन डिज़ाइन करते हैं ना बच्चे, किसी स्पेसिफिक पर्पज़ के लिए आप कोई फंक्शन बनाते हैं प्रोग्रामिंग में, वैसे ही आपने डेटा स्ट्रक्चर्स डिफाइन करें हैं, राइट। सो now come to the next point. Okay, this slide is talking about operations, different operations we are going to implement at the time of using data structures. In any data structures you are going to do some operations, right? So some of the common operations, most of the mostly used operations are these one. Like you are going to create some data structure, you are going to select data, you are going to update data in the data structure, you are going to search any data in the data structure, you are going to sort your data, you are going to merge your data, right, or you are going to delete or डिस्ट्रॉय योर डाटा इन द डाटा स्ट्रक्चर। तो हमने जो डाटा स्ट्रक्चर्स हमने क्रिएट करे, उसमें हमें क्या करेंगे, हमने अगर डाटा स्ट्रक्चर बनाया तो हमने किसी पर्पज के लिए बनाया, तो भाई हम उसके जो मेजर ऑपरेशंस हैं उनको हमने कुछ ब्रॉड कैटेगरीज में डिफाइन करा। कि हमने कहा कि क्रिएशन, सबसे पहले हम क्रिएट करेंगे तो वो हो गया क्रिएट ऑपरेशन। फिर हम, हो सकता है कि जो हमने डाटा स्ट्रक्चर में डाटा डाला है उसमें से किसी डाटा को हमें सेलेक्ट करना है, तो वो सिलेक्शन ऑपरेशन हो गया बच्चे। ठीक है बच्चे, ऐसे ही करके मान लो हमें कोई डाटा अपडेट करना है, कोई एग्जिस्टिंग डाटा जो कि डाटा स्ट्रक्चर में आपने स्टोर किया है, उसको आप अपडेट करना चाहते हैं, तो आप अपडेट ऑपरेशन यूज़ करेंगे। अपडेट कुछ तरह के अपडेटिंग करेंगे, उसमें करना चाहते हैं तो कुछ अपडेट ऑपरेशंस भी करेंगे, उन्हें हमने अपडेटिंग में डाल दिया। या फिर आपको कुछ सर्च करना है, मान लो आपको कोई डायरेक्टरी में आपको फ़ोन नंबर सर्च करना है, तो जो डायरेक्टरी है वो किसी डाटा स्ट्रक्चर्स में ही के थ्रू ही आपने स्टोर करी है, तो उस डाटा स्ट्रक्चर्स में से सर्च करना कोई वैल्यू, इट कुड बी हैश बेस्ड सर्चिंग, नेम बेस्ड सर्चिंग, इंडेक्स बेस्ड सर्चिंग, वट एवर इट विल बी, जो भी होगा वो सर्चिंग कैटेगरी में आएगा, राइट बच्चे। Next we have sorting operation. Sorting operation means you are going to sort your data according to some attribute. For example, if you are going to sort student record on the basis of their age, right? Let's say if their age, you want to arrange your data structure, data in the data present in the data structure on the basis of ascending order of age, then you will use sorting algorithm. There are multiple sorting algorithm we have, we will discuss it into for last unit. And sometimes you need to merge your data in the data structures, right? For those purposes you will use merging techniques, right? And sometimes you want to delete your data from the data structures, so you will use destroy or delete operations on that, right? So these all are the major category of the operations, and they will be different for different data structures. That means if you are going to delete item from the array, it will be different for array, different for the array data structure. If you want to delete something from tree, the operations of delete will be different, deletion will be different for tree data structure, different for graph data structure, different for linked list data structure, like that only. So these operation may differ in different types of data structures we have, right guys? Okay, what is next we have, this is the difference we already discussed it, that primitive data structure is generally basic data structure usually built into the language such as integer, float. Like your C compiler, your C compiler uses different storage mechanism for storing integer type variable. In the similar way, your Java compiler will use different technique for storing integer type of values, right? So it may differ from platform to platform, right? Non-primitive data structures is built out of primitive data structures linked together in meaningful way. See the important line, linked together in meaningful way. You have linked your primitive data structure in the meaningful way, means you are going to develop a data structure for specific purpose only, right? According to your need, right guys? So this will be the difference. And such as linked list, binary search tree, there are multiple numerous type of data structures we can use in the development phase of any real world use case, right? Okay, so this is the description. We will come to it later on in the later part of this unit, but here for the introduction purpose we can discuss it by little bit, right? So description of array. So what is an array? Can anybody tell me what is array? As written over there, it is a set of finite number of homogeneous element. This is the main point, that it is the collection of finite homogeneous element. What it means by homogeneous, means you can store only single data type in the array. For example, if you are making array for numbers, that means you will store only integer type of values on that particular array. If you have designed array for storing names, definitely you are going to store only character type of information on that array. That means array is a collection of homogeneous type of data items in sequential manner. Listen, it will be in sequential manner. What it means by sequential manner, that means if one record you stored at first position, then second record will be stored in second position only. You cannot store second element on third position directly, right? So one after another you will store every data item in the array. So it will the major major key point is there, that it will store homogeneous elements and in sequential manner only, right guys? It means an array can contain one type of data only. See, same thing is written over there, either all integer, either all pointer, either all float, either all character, right guys? So this data structure stores only homogeneous type of information. Like for example, in the C, you declare any array by this statement. Let me enlarge it. By this statement, what it means, that you are defining, you are telling compiler that this array will be named as ARR and it will contain 10 elements in the array, right? We are going to store 10 elements. Yeah, that means you are informing compiler that you are going to store only 10 values to 10 elements to this ARR नेम्ड ARR नेम्ड एरे, मतलब आपने एक एरे डिफाइन करी जिसका नाम आपने दिया ARR। इट कुड बी एनीथिंग, आप हो सकता है कि आपने नाम दे दिया ECE, आपने एक बनाया ECE एरे, राइट। तो आपने यहाँ पर जो डिक्लेरेशन दी, इसका क्या मतलब हुआ बच्चे, कि आपने आपने कंपाइलर को बताया कि भाई मैं एक एरे का यूज़ करने वाला हूँ अपने प्रोग्राम में, और उसका डिस्क्रिप्शन कुछ इस तरह से है कि उसका नाम तो होगा ECE, राइट, उसका नाम होगा ECE, और उसकी जो लेंथ होगी, उसका जो साइज होगा वो 10 होगा। साइज का मतलब क्या हुआ कि भाई वो 10 वैल्यूज को स्टोर कर सकता है, राइट। सो ये तो आपने उसको बता दिया। अब उसने आपने उसके शुरू में स्टार्टिंग में इंट लगा के ये इसको सिग्निफाई किया कि ये जो एरे है ये केवल इंटीजर टाइप की एरे है, मतलब ये जो एरे है ये केवल इंटीजर टाइप की वैल्यूज को स्टोर करेगा, राइट। गॉट माय पॉइंट गाइस? Have you used it during C
Yes, sir.
programming?
Yes,
So
sir.
that means you know about it, right? So then array, you can see that where int specify the data type or types of element the array stores. This int is describing, telling compiler that this will be storing integer type value only. It could be float also. If you want float type, you need to define it as float. If you want character type, you need to define as char, right? Okay. What it means that it will, if you are writing char here, that directly means that you are going to store character type of information in ECE named array having size of 10. That means you can store 10 character type of data in ECE array, right? I think it is clear to you and you have already used it. You are already familiar with this. आपने इसे C में किया है previously. Following are the some of the concept to remember. See, these are the main concept to be remember with respect to array. What is saying, individual element of an array can be accessed by specifying name of an array following by index and subscript. This is the important point. If you are using if you are familiar with your array, definitely if you want to use third element of an array, what will you write? How you can access third element? You will simply put array name and define index number, right? If you want to access third element of this array, you will simply, or let's say if you want to store any element at the third position of this array, you will simply write it like that, uh, 0 2 equals to, let me say I want to store here as Aman, right? Okay, I will write like this only, right?
Yes, sir.
What it means that you are going to store Aman at third position of this ECE array. Array name is ECE, and in this array you are going to store Aman in third index. So for third index you will use 2. You will use 2, right? Why? Because array in the compiler, array indexing starts from
Zeroth index.
zeroth index. That means if you are want to insert any value to the third index, you have to use 2 for as an index number, right? So now
Yes.
now only you understand that the array works on index base. This is a index base data structure where you are going to insert, you are going to delete any element, you are modifying, if you are want to modify any element from the array data structure, you need to provide an index number, right? So it is index based data structure, right guys? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. the first element of an array index is 0. See, this is what we described here, that first element will be stored on 0th index only, right? It means the first element and last element will be specified as ARR 0 and ARR 9. That means if you are having size of 10, then last index will be 9 and first index will be 0 respectively, right? So this is the general introduction. So I am not the going too deep inside this, because we will cover it later on also in the unit. Before that, I have some one or two topics also, so we will discuss it later on, right? And list, in the list, it is a structure where it is a type of data structure where you can store homogeneous and heterogeneous data types also, right? But it will be linked by some head and tail basis, information field and pointer basis. It will have single node have two information field and two fields. One is information field, second one will be pointer field, and pointer field will contain the address of next node, right? And information field will contain information about what you are going to store on that particular linked list, or we can say node, right? So this is basic, for your basic knowledge we are discussing it right here, otherwise we'll cover it in later on in the next unit. See, in the stack data structure, what it is written over there, it is also a homogeneous data elements group, right? That means it is a set of homogeneous type of data structure, but the operations on insertion and deletion operations are differ, right? In case of array, you can insert any element and at any point by using index number, but in case of stack it is one way only. You are going to insert everything from top. This is the top of the stack. You are going to, if you want to insert any element, you need to insert it by top, and if you want to delete or access any element, you need to access only top. Yeah, that means insertion and deletion will be performed only from one end only. If this is the type of data structure, that is referred as stack, like stack of plates you can have. For example, if you want, अगर आप मान लो शादी में गए हैं, किसी वेडिंग में गए हैं, और वहाँ पर जब आपने देखा होगा प्लेट्स लगी रहती हैं, तो स्टैक फॉर्म में लगी रहती हैं, एक के ऊपर एक रखी रखी रहती हैं. तो अब ऐसा तो होता नहीं है ना. इन जनरल अगर आपको मान लो टॉप में से थर्ड वाली प्लेट को एक्सेस करना है, तो ऑब्वियसली बात है आपको पहली दो प्लेट्स को ऊपर से हटाना पड़ेगा, ठीक है ना? तो यानी कि आपको, आपकी मजबूरी है, आप ऐसा नहीं कर सकते डायरेक्टली निकाल लें, आपको उन दोनों को पहले डिस्टर्ब करना पड़ेगा, उन दोनों को वहां से हटाना पड़ेगा, पॉप करना पड़ेगा. तो जब भी हमें कोई एलिमेंट को हटाना पड़ता है, तो हम उसे बोलते हैं पॉप इन केस ऑफ स्टैक, या फिर डिलीट करना पड़ता है तो पॉप ऑपरेशन बोलते हैं डिलीशन को, है ना? और जब भी हमें कुछ चीज़ उसमें इंसर्ट करनी पड़ती है, तो उसमें उसको हम बोलते हैं पुश. यहाँ पर एरो गलत है बच्चे, इट्स अ रॉन्ग एरो. लेट मी put right arrow to here. Okay, so I think this is clear to you guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, if any file should have to take from the stack, how it is possible, sir?
Just a minute बच्चे, मैं इसमें जरा इस एरो को गलत सही कर दूं, अदरवाइज आप लोग इसको गलत समझ लेंगे. एरो विल बी this one. This pop operation will be like that. Push operation will be like that. Push means insertion. When at the time of insertion you will use top element, right? So the index here, by using which we are going to insert or delete any element, will be referred as top. Top is our index point by using which we can insert and delete any element from the stack. So you can implement stack by using array also, but at that, if you are designing your stack by array, you need to provide some provision that insertion and deletion will be performed from only from one and only, right? Right guys, so this is all about today. We will discuss next topic in the these types of data structure we are going to study throughout our syllabus. So don't worry about it, it will come later on. First we will discuss some other points like analysis of algorithm and asymptotic notation, right? So before going too deep into the different data structures we have, we will first understand how to evaluate any algorithm designed by you at the time of implementing any real world case, right guys? So this is all for today guys. Thanks.